So let's see. Oh, it looks like we're going to start out with an example. Or I'm sorry, a word, yeah, an example and a word problem.
No.
It says your grades on 4 math tests are 79, 85, 86, and 88. Okay? It says you want your mean grade. Doesn't that just mean average?
Mm-hmm.
You want your mean grade to be at least 85. And the question is, what must you score on the 5th test? Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't know what a mean was.
Oh,
I think I
gotcha.
got it
So
right.
mean's just another way to say average. Yep.
And then what's medium?
Median. The median is
The one in the middle.
If you list them in order from least to greatest, that's the middle number.
I should have got that.
Yeah, mean, median. Then there's mode. Mode's
The difference between the
how often it shows up.
The
range.
That's the range.
And then the range is from smallest to biggest, how far it
You
is.
said
Yeah.
half.
Well, so what's going on this is they're asking for the mean, which is the average. Did you guys know how to find the average of things?
You add them and then divide them by how many.
Okay, add them and divide by how many there are. So far we've got 79, 85, 86, and 88. But we're going to be taking another test, right?
Plus X.
So
I got it.
we're going to put an X there to represent our 5th test. But then we know that our mean, we want it to be what?
Greater than or equal to 85.
Oh yeah, it says at least 85. So we want it to be exactly, John, greater than or equal to 85. And then to finish setting this up, what do I need to divide by to get the mean?
5.
5. What do you guys think about this setup right here? Good.
Can't we just add the ones we have so we don't have that long problem?
Well, you can, yeah. That's the next step that I'm gonna do, yeah. What is it when you add up all those? 338? Can somebody verify that, just so we do it right?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
It's good? Oh, it's good.
67.
All right. Now here's the
67.
curious part. What do you guys suggest we do next? So what, Wayne?
Divide by 5.
Divide the 338 by 5, right? 'Cause you can't
Well-
divide X by 5. Can you? Don't you
Okay.
times by 5 multiply?
So I see 2 possibilities. One possibility is you go ahead and divide the 338, but when you do that, you have to distribute your division, which means you would have to divide X by 5. That's going to be kind of awkward, I think. But it will get you the right answer. It just immediately introduces a bunch of fractions. You'll have this over 5, this over 5, and then you'll begin solving it. Instead, I kind of like the idea of starting to solve it right from the beginning. How can I undo dividing by 5?
Multiply by
5. Multiply by 5. Do you guys see how that undoes the division? And then we're left with 338 plus X is greater than or equal to a big number. Was it 425? And what's left to do?
Subtract 300.
Divide. Subtract.
Subtract it, yeah, is that cool? Subtract the 338. And what can our test grade be?
87.
Let's subtract 87 or what?
Or bigger.
Or bigger, right? Yep, our grade on that test needs to be greater than or equal to 87. How do you guys feel about that problem?
Pretty good.
It was okay.
Did it make sense for you guys to put an X there
Yeah.
as the extra one? Did it make sense to put 5 down here?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes people, when they read this problem, they say, oh, I need to find the average of these 4 numbers. But that's not gonna get you there, is it? That's not, doesn't have all the information involved. All right, I feel like we went over that kind of quickly, but are you guys good with that example?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for you.
I think
Okay,
positive.
all right. For our next instructions, it's gonna be graph the solution. And we're gonna start out with negative x over 2 plus 4 is less than negative 1.
Are we working on the number?
Mhm. But before we can graph the solution, guess what we have to do? We have to get the solution, don't we? We want to get x by itself.
Did
What?
you say it's supposed to be less than?
Or did I say less than?
Yeah.
I just said the wrong thing. No, this is right. Yeah.
Multiply by 2.
I heard John say multiply by 2. You certainly can do that. If you do that, if you multiply by 2, guess what you have to do?
On the other side, multiply by 2.
Multiply the 4 by 2 and the negative 1 by 2. And that's not a bad way to do this problem. So since that's what he mentioned first, let's go ahead and do it that way. So the 2's will divide out. What are we left with?
Negative x
Exactly. A negative x plus
8
8
greater than negative 2. No, positive 2.
Which
Yeah,
is it?
positive.
Ending positive.
It's a positive 2. Now what?
Subtract it.
Subtract the 8. Sounds good to me. And is x by itself?
No.
Divide by negative 1, or you could think of it as multiplying by negative 1. That'll undo it as well. What happens when you multiply or divide both sides by a negative? Sign flips. And we get x is less than 6.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How come if you did negative 2 times 4, how come you got a positive?
Negative 2 times. Oh, John just suggested multiplying by 2. Oh my goodness, I messed up, didn't I? I'm sorry, guys. I totally messed up. I multiplied by 2 here and negative 2 there. Yeah, Adelaide, yeah,
I was gonna say, I don't see that.
yeah, I got confused. So, yeah. Are you guys back? I mean, are we good now? I apologize. I didn't do this. I didn't do the property of equality, did I? Because I did 2 on one side, negative 2 on the other side. So that was my mistake. No, John said to multiply by 2, so that's what I meant to do.
That's what
So it'd be a negative 2, which would make our answers 10. So I do apologize about that. Now here's the thing though, Adelaide, instead of multiplying by 2, we could have gone ahead and multiplied by what? A negative 2. But you get the same thing either way, don't you? Same thing either way. Are we done yet?
No, you gotta graph it.
Gotta graph it. So I like to put 10 in the middle. What's to the right of 10?
9, 11.
Our right or your right?
They're the same.
Oh, wait. That's 11.
11 to the left?
9.
9.
It says 9.
Circle or a dot?
Circle.
Circle, and which way do we shade?
The left.
Left. Alright. There we go. Let's try another one.
Oh, I thought it was facing us.
Let's try another one. You guys try this out, and I'll double check my roll here. 3c minus 2 is less than or equal to negative 11. Try that one out.
Are we graphing it?
Yeah, the instructions are graph the solution. What do you guys think? Think you got it? Yeah.
My bag. It's all my bag.
I'm curious, why did you go from there to there? Right, right. You like the song? It's called Deep Doo. Yep.
That's such a good.
No, you're not.
Double check the direction that you
Uh-huh.
I will mark it.
Okay.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I saw some good stuff. So just in case I missed somebody, let me catch you up real quick. Oh, wait a second. There was a negative. Do I need to flip the sign?
No, it's not multiplication or division.
I'm not multiplying or dividing by a negative, am I? I'm dividing by a positive, so we're good. And then when you go to graph it,
Okay, so what is like the one thing for like our extra living room thing? And I fall asleep on my.
all right. Let's try a few more. Let's try a few more. Oh yeah, okay. Same instructions, okay? And let's see, can I actually get all that? There's for people that missed the example there, so sorry about that at home. There you go. All right, so on our next example, check this out. 5x minus 6 is greater than or equal to 3x plus 4. We've got variables on both sides, and let me tell you what makes me a little bit nervous about having variables on both sides. It means there's a possibility for, well, not actually extraneous solutions, but no solution. There's a possibility of that. There's also a possibility of what's kind of like the opposite of no solution.
Infinity number.
Infinitely many solutions. So I realize there's a possibility when I've got variables on both sides. But how do you start things out when you've got variables on both sides?
Bring it to the other side.
I think that's a pretty good idea. Which would you rather move?
Subtract the 3 to
3. I like that idea. Now, if you want to, you can be proactive and think, all right, if I'm moving the x's over here with the subtraction property of equality, I'm going to end up moving this -6 or this -6 over here, right? So if you want to, you can go ahead and do that in the same step. But I'll go ahead and leave it for now. Two-step equation. Which would you rather do? Would you rather undo the -6 or undo the multiplying by 2?
Sorry.
Add 6, 2x is greater than or equal to 10. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is greater than or equal to 5. Is everybody good?
Yeah.
And let's graph it real quick.
Close the dot going to the right.
Yes.
Sounds good. Just a,
Okay, I have a question.
yeah, what's up, Adelaide?
Okay, so when there's a line, so I always think of it like when the alligator's like eating this way, like you always like say the way the alligator's eating. But if there's like the equal to sign underneath it, does it?
The equal to sign does not change the direction that you shape. The equal to sign only changes is if it's a circle or a dot.
Okay.
Okay, so this is saying x is greater than or equal to 5. So what I would suggest, Adelaide, is you make your number line and then say, well, which side is greater than 5? It's to the right. I would be really careful about thinking when the symbol is turned one way, it's always one thing. When it's turned the other way, it's always the other thing. And the reason why I say that, Adelaide, is sometimes you'll have the x on the other side, on the right-hand side, and that changes it. It changes it. So I would encourage you just to read the problem in terms of x. So you read x first. X is greater than or equal to 5. If you had this, how would you read that, Adelaide? X is less than or equal to 5.
Don't you just like read it backwards?
Yeah, you just kind of read it backwards.
I'm really confused. Like,
What's up?
I moved the 5x over.
Uh-huh.
So I got it.
Oh,
Like,
well,
I got 5, but my arrow is pointing the other direction because I had to divide by -2.
okay. Can I work that out real quick? And so we can see what she's talking about? Rebecca is saying that instead of minusing the 3x, she subtracted a 5x. You did subtract a 5x, correct? So what she would have is subtracted, she would have this right here. Then Rebecca, did you subtract the 4 over?
Yeah.
Subtract the 4 over, she gets -10. And then how do you undo multiplying by a -2? Divide by a -2. But notice, Rebecca, we're dividing both sides by a negative, so what happens to the inequality symbol? It flips.
Yes, it is. Oh, I just put the x on one side.
Oh, okay. All right, let's continue if you don't mind. Try this one out. It is 6t minus 4 is greater than 2 times the quantity 3t plus 5. What would you suggest we try first? Distribute. I'm with you on that. Distribute 6t plus 10. 6t minus 4. We've got t's on both sides. We should probably try to get those together, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
What happens when we do that?
Subtract the 6t on one side, and it's a no solution.
So it's 0 minus 4 is what?
4 negative. Wait, 4 is still 4.
0 minus 4 is -4. On the other side, we get 0 plus 10. What's 0 plus 10?
10.
10. Now, if you wanted to, some of you like to get those numbers together first, and that's fine. You'll get a slightly different answer right here, but the truth of it, or the non-truth of it, will be the same. Is this accurate? Is -4 greater than 10? No. So you say no solution. Question, Kylie?
Okay, so like, I just did it in the same step, you know, like subtracted 16 and then added the 4 over.
Yeah.
So I got 0 and like 14.
Yeah.
Is that fine too?
That's fine as well. Is 0 greater than 14?
No.
No. So do you see how your overall answer is the same? Yep, that is quite all right, quite all right. And let's do one more, and I think we're set for the day. 2 times the quantity 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 9 plus 4x. Go ahead and give that a shot. Tell you what, raise your hand and I can come by and check your answer. And normally in years past I give you a little smiley face, but I'll just give you a thumbs up if I agree. I don't quite agree. Yeah, just a heads up.
Oh, I didn't.
Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. Wait a second. Isn't this side 0? This side's like 15 or something, so double check that. Close. Oh wait, we're down here, silly me, I was looking at the wrong problem. Not quite, not quite.
Times 25.
Is it lunchtime yet?
Oh gosh, on Mondays it's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll double check, but I don't think it is, I don't hear the other people going on. Something's up, I'm seeing an issue, I think, running on there. Let me check what time lunch is. Yeah, it's 11:28, so we'll go here pretty quick. Got 1 minute, 1 minute.
She got 0.
What?
She got it wrong too.
Yeah,
Negative 6 is less than or equal to,
Yeah, it's fine.
That's right. Yeah, I don't. Oh, no, oh, okay. But I don't agree with your final answer there. Okay, so now what? What's your answer then? Okay, so what's your answer then?
Isn't it no solution?
I don't agree with that
Is
final
it no
answer.
solution? Because that's what.
How'd you get 0?
Because the one can.
But yeah,
All the fours cancel out. So it'd be -6
Is
and
less
whatever.
than or equal to 9, so it is a solution.
yeah, it is true, it's negative 6 is less than 9. This says it can be less than or equal to.
No, you have to do the number line.
Yeah.
You got it.
All right, guys, I think it's lunchtime. Go for it. Have a good lunch. We'll go over this when you get back. Oh.
I'm just kind of screaming a little bit. It's okay.
Negative 6 is less than.
Is it infinitely many?
It
Because
is.
it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's true. You got it. You got it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, while they're gone to lunch, let's go over this real quick. The variables did go away, but is -6 less than or equal to 9? And it sure is. It's true. So if it's true, we're going to have infinitely many solutions. All right, thanks for watching.